This is the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
About to bring gold back to Lawrence County.
Your home for the County of Champions.
And how sweet it is! A state gold medal for the Union Scotties!
And the Neshannock Lancers are your 2A softball champions. The trophy lifted high.
The 10th seed Union Scotties are WPIAL champions.
Not a Cinderella story, a championship story here.
And your 2023 WPIAL 2A Girls Champions, the Neshannock Wildcats.
The pitch from Cruz, here it comes. Look at this! Union wins it! Union Scotties have rallied to win the WPIAL championship.
The top local athletes and the top sports moments all featured here, live or archived at lcsportsnet.com.
7 seconds. Working down inside and alley-oop to Young. Good.
So strike it and score!
Featuring over 100 broadcasts of county events in over a dozen sports. Your voice for Lawrence County sports.
The gold ball headed home to Newcastle.
This is the Lawrence County SportsNet.
Coming to you live from Laurel High School, it's WPIAL softball action here on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP, as the Laurel Spartans take on the Neshannock Lancers. It's a rematch of the WPIAL championship game from a year ago, and a rematch of a game played earlier this week. I'm James Dotson with Tim Continenza. We are
Welcome to the family.
We are out in didn't realize we were getting adoption papers going on here. Rob Nattell, our producer, Katie Walzer running the Twitterverse here today on a beautiful Friday afternoon. How about that? The weather has held off, and we're going to have some fun softball action here today. It's been a crazy week just between these two teams alone. Tim, these two teams, we're going to get out of the way right now. These two teams played on Tuesday in the rematch of the championship game. 3-0 the final, Neshannock over Laurel. But the elephant in the room, it was a perfect game.
Amazing.
A 16 strikeout performance from Addie Fry in that perfect game there on Tuesday night.
And it was a walk-off, right?
No, that was
okay, that was the other one?
The game we had was the same
walk-off.
day.
Okay.
We had to choose between that baseball game between Mohawk and Elwood, which ended in a walk-off. Which like, hey, we may have picked the right game. Yeah.
Well, we came close.
Yeah,
Second best.
Minus the perfect game, we did. But talk to both the coaches before the game, Tim, and I'll ask you the same question I asked them. Short memory in general. First off, playing a team that you're competitive against every time, playing them 3 days apart, very much unheard of. It almost feels like the baseball back-to-backs. But when you have this scenario of what happened with a perfect game, you just rarely see it to begin with. How do you, on both sides, react to that?
I think the coaching staff has a harder time reacting to the players.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times, you talk to a lot of the coaches, they take every pitch and every inning and every game home with them and talk about it and think about it and what's next and how can they make changes. And the players just react to the game and say, sometimes it just wasn't our day, and they move on. And it'll be interesting to see how they handle it. I mean, obviously, you get into their heads a little bit, but I think what most important thing for them here is just an opportunity to get that first base hit and get on base and really just take advantage of opportunities when they arrive here for Laurel.
Yeah, and that's going to be their strategy. Just, hey, let's get the bat on the ball here a little bit better today. Just jump on that first pitch maybe a little bit more often. As we're about ready to go, let's take a quick look at the Doran Concrete batting order for the Neshannock Lancers. Anderson, Nogue, Fry, Quinn, Parad, Measle, Biondi, Giordano, and Nativio. in the lineup, and as a team hitting over 400 on the year are the Neshannock Lancers. We'll get our defensive alignment here in a moment, but it's time for the Penn, Ohio first pitch delivery. And there it is at 5:04, just off the plate for ball one. Miley Anderson leading off things here today for the Lancers. In the circle is Autumn Boyd, so it is the exact same matchup. It's bunted right back to Boyd, and she's going to throw to first base in time for the first out of the inning to get the speedy Miley Anderson. And how about this, Tim? She on the year? 667. That's a big first out of the game.
Yes, it is. And she got down the line quickly there in that little swinging bunt there. But it was nicely filtered, and they got the put out.
Now Jaden Nogue comes to the plate with one down. First pitch misses downstairs to her.
Real quick.
Get the defensive lineman here after this pitch, Tim. Off-speed ground ball foul on the first baseline. Get your alignment.
From third to first, we got Seifert at third, Lane at short, Belcom at second, and Deal at first. Autumn Boyd is pitching. In the outfield, you got Macy Miller, Ivy Pancher, and Lexi Kroll from left to right.
Lexi Brewer behind the dish, and mentioned Autumn Boyd. 2-2 record, a 135 earned run average. Here's the 1-1, swung on a miss because Nogue unable to check the swing. 0-2 now the count. And we'll talk about this throughout the course of the game too, Tim. The number of big-name schools that you're going to be hearing from players on both sides here today as we get a swing and a miss and the first strikeout of the game for Autumn Boyd. But let's start with Autumn Boyd. She's going to YSU to play ball next year. Her battery mate, Lexi Brewer, is going to Deauville to wrestle at the next level. She was a state finalist, state medalist, I should say, at the 124 weight class. Addie Deal at first base, going to St. Francis to play softball next year. So there's three D1 athletes for next year, and we got a big one here at the plate in Addie Fry. Only a junior, but already has committed to Providence to continue her career.
That's congratulations to all of them as they look forward to the next step. But right now, they're looking forward to the next pitch and an opportunity to get on base here if you're the Lancers.
Yeah, 2 up, 2 down to start the game, exactly the way you want to come out firing for the Spartan defense here playing at home. The 1-1 is lifted towards deep left field.
Wow.
Forget about it.
Yeah, with that wind, it was the no-doubter. She got all of it to no matter what, but that wind probably added an extra 15, 20 feet on that travel distance, and it went right down the left field side, and it was a no-doubter. Matter of fact, the left fielder just kind of turned and looked, and Macy Miller, she just said, no, I don't even have to worry about that one.
It's at least 40 feet over the fence, Tim. We'll see. Yeah, we just caught the tail end of it as our replay went about as far as that ball did. At least 40 feet beyond the fence.
Yeah.
Wow.
Got it up in that jet stream.
And again, you can hear it on the crowd mic. It is wind blowing out, so anything in the air, especially going to left field, is going to be dangerous. That is the third round tripper of the year for Addie Fry. As Quinn fouls this one back to the screen, 1-1 to count. Was talking to our producer Rob Nattell here before the game, Tim. How about this? What could potentially happen today wouldn't surprise me. It might be what happened with the Wilmington game in baseball. They were down 9-0 at the end of the first inning. 5 home runs from Lakeview in the bottom of the first inning because of a shorter field and a wind blowing out like this. These pitchers and the way that they throw, both in the 60s, you make contact, the ball's going to travel.
There's no question. It's just a matter of how far it can go, and there's another line drive right up the gut.
Yeah, good swing there. Line drive right back up the middle, so back-to-back 2-out hits. Gabby Quinn on base. Now Gabby Parad will step to the plate and to continue the playing at the next level. Gabby Parad and Abigail Measle, who's in the on-deck circle, are both committed to Ashland University to be potential battery mates at the next level. So a good start for Laurel defensively, but then back-to-back hits for the Lancers, and this one catches the bottom of the zone for strike 1 to Parad, a .421 hitter on the season coming into today's game. This one's lifted towards right field, actually close to the center. Backing up on it is Ivy Pancher to make the catch for the third out of the inning, but one run on the long bomb from Maddie Fry and another runner left on base. We'll go to the bottom of the first inning. Neshannock 1 and Laurel coming up to bat, and we'll take a look now at the Laurel starting lineup. Again, your starters today brought to you by Doran Concrete. Don't let just anybody lay the foundation for your home or business. Visit doranconcrete.com for your free estimate today. Lang, Kroll, Deal, Boyd, Balcom, Seifert, Pancher, Miller, and Brua in this starting lineup. And again, the elephant in the room, 16 strikeouts last game, and that's all Coach Duddy said more than anything, was that he wanted his teams to get the ball in play. That was the focus, and maybe jump on that first pitch a little bit more. He thought that a couple times that they weren't ready, maybe behind a fastball in the first pitch, and then kind of playing catch-up the rest of the way. Tim, you know, whether it's baseball, softball, anything in this sport on the diamond, that first pitch is the most crucial, and if you get behind in the count, it's all advantage pitcher.
You have to get that first pitch. You want to get that first strike. And if you want to hit that ball, you want to make contact early too, especially in a softball, because once the pitcher gets ahead in the count, they can go in so many different ways, up, down, low. That riser usually is a huge pitch for most pitchers at this level.
And the changeup, especially for both of these pitchers, when needed and when called upon, has been their bread and butter as well. But both are throwing in the 60s, and for most opponents that you're going to see over the course of the year, Tim, you're throwing that fast, you're going to have very few opponents who are going to be able to catch up with it. Let's take a look real quick before we get first pitch here from Fry. Let's take a look at the defensive alignment. Again, brought to you by Medore Bonner Law. Make sure you have the best defense behind you at MedoreBonnerLaw.com, your community firm with a personal connection and individualized service. So you have Anderson, Nogue, and Nativio left to right in the outfield. Gabby Quinn and Callie Biondi on the left side of the infield. The two seniors, Giordano and Abby Measle. Failed to mention, by the way, Giordano going to Slippery Rock University. Throw in another player who will be playing at the next level. Gabby Parad behind the dish for Addie Fry. Not only one, Tim, she does have officially 2 perfect games on the year. And I will say this, though.
So we're gonna be counting perfect games this year.
No, we are, yes. So let me ask you, and I'll ask Rob Mattel as well. What is more impressive, though? A 16 strikeout perfect game in 7 innings against Laurel, or the way she got that 3-inning perfect game against Aliquippa? 28 strikes, 0 balls, 9 strikeouts. It was a 3-inning perfect game, but 28 pitches, all strikes with 9 strikeouts. It's still impressive.
Either way, I mean, you can't go wrong. I mean, that is the true perfect game, I guess, is just drawing an entire game of strikes, even if it is a shortened 3-inning game.
Right. And, you know, we say that now. We've already jinxed her because her first pitch is ball 1. Next one is fouled back towards the tennis courts here behind us. Evens the count at 1-1 to Macy Lang. And it's also really cool about these two programs, Tim, is the fact that, you know, it's not just a one-trick pony. It's not just one pitcher. You've had Neshannock throwing both Fry and Measle as necessary over the course of these last 3 years. In fact, Abigail Measle was the starter her entire freshman year until Addie Fry became a freshman here at Neshannock. And on the other side, you have Autumn Boyd with Addie Deal and Riley Balcom, the 3-4-5 hitters who have all shown significant innings in the circle.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You know, obviously, pitching. And the more depth you have at that position, you know, gives a manager a lot of options throughout the season of how to attack the opponents with the different options that they have. Right now, I'm just impressed with the connections she's making. She's a little late right at the plate, but she's making good contact with the ball. And right now, I mean, that's what she's looking to do, is trying to make that contact and see if she can put it, you know, in a gap.
2-2 still to count to Lang in the leadoff spot. She batted second the first time these two teams played, and there's the off-speed pitch for strike 3, excuse me, strike out number 1. There we go. I mean, Coach Duddy was the first to say it. she does an incredible job of moving locations, but it's her velocity that is most intimidating first. When she can start changing both location and velocity at will is when she's a real threat. And he said flat out, she didn't have to do it a whole lot because they were, like you just said, behind on the fastball a lot in that first game. Started to catch up down the stretch, but you kind of alluded to it. Better right off the bat of getting bat on ball in these first 2 at-bats. 0-2 now the count, though, to Lexi Kroll, the freshman, hitting second.
And you can see they kind of shorten their swings up here early on and trying to just make contact and try to put it in play and see if they can, get it into a gap between the infield here.
Here's the 0-2 to Kroll, swung on and missed. So
Second strikeout.
Good afternoon, good evening, and good night there as Kroll retired on 3 pitches and didn't even get a chance to mention it, Tim. Lexi Kroll was the only batter in the starting lineup on Tuesday that did not strike out against Fry, and didn't take long to change that one here today. First pitch swinging here is Addie Deal, fouls it off her leg. How about that, though? You got 3 lefty batters to start it.
Yeah, start lefty, lefty, lefty. I was going to say, there's a unique scenario.
Addie Deal, 4 strikeouts all year. 3 of them came on Tuesday. First team All-State selection is Addie Deal. Took a little off of that one.
Not sure it really matters lefty or righty against Fry. However, usually you would like to see the opposite stance against the right-handed pitcher. So.
Yeah, not as much of a difference in softball because you can
right.
have a lot of pitchers with a screwball either way. And there's the first hit of the week for Laurel against Neshannock, and it's Addie Deal getting the 2-out single here in the first.
We play catch with the wind, too.
Yeah, yes.
But, yeah, that's exactly what Laurel needed. The Spartans needed that opening hit here in the first frame. They got it. Now they can try to advance the runner and see if they can put an extended inning here together, trailing 1-0.
That's all it takes. Just get one. You see it.
Exactly.
It's almost a psychological thing.
It
right?
is. It is.
First pitch down at the knees for strike 1 to Autumn Boyd.
You never know. You can catch a team who hasn't seen many base runners, not paying close enough attention. Maybe get a little bigger lead and maybe go first and third or something on a routine hit.
Tim, it's only the 12th hit Neshannock as a team has allowed all year. And in this one is grounded. Good play by the third baseman, Gabby Quinn. Got the glove down in a hurry and puts the 5-3 put out to end the inning. No runs, the hit, and a runner left stranded on first. We've played 1 inning. Neshannock leading Laurel 1-0. Back in a moment. It's the Lawrence County SportsNet powered by LCAP.
Thank you for calling Axe. Where can we take you today?
To work, to the store, to Grandma's house. Axe can get you there, but it's much more than a ride. It's a joyride.
I'm helping people. I'm getting them out of their house. I'm taking them to their doctors, to the grocery store.
They say I'm entertaining. Okay, we laugh, we joke, we sing, we tell stories.
They're like family to us.
Even if it's the same day, to schedule your joyride, call Axe today.
When it comes to shopping for insurance, there are thousands of options out there. MVP Insurance proactively shops and compares your policies to find the best coverage and rate. Josh Madure and David Verratti want to provide you with the level of personalized service that you know that you are the MVP of their agency. They simplify insurance so you can live stress-free. Visit one of their locations in Zingleopole or in New Springfield, Ohio. Call MVP for the win. Proud sponsor of the MVP of the game on the Lawrence County SportsNet.
Tim, let's take a look at our keys to the game for both Neshannock and Laurel. We'll start with Laurel. They need to work good counts. We saw that in their first at-bat for sure. And no extended innings. A couple of unearned runs earlier in the week, especially one against Neshannock. Can't give any extra outs to the Neshannock team. For Lancers, born to run. I mean, they steal bases like no one other. 32 stolen bags on the year. And last key, you don't need to be perfect. Well, they're not going to be perfect here today, but can they get a little more offense? Coach Slash thought they needed to get a little bit more offensive compared to what they did on their game with just 6 hits on Tuesday against Laurel.
Yeah, hits were a premium in that game. There's no question about it.
Beautiful play at short there, deep in the hole by Lang. Fires it across to retire Measle for the first out of the inning. Abigail Measle, Callie Biondi, and Ali Giordano, the 3 who are due up here in the top of the second inning. Those Keys to the game brought to you by Works in Progress Paint Services. Now booking for interior painting projects both for residential and commercial properties. Call Joe Wright to discuss your next painting project as Callie Biondi steps in and takes a strike one. A .375 hitter on the year is Biondi. She squares the bunt. Nice one down the third base line. Seifert is going to have to take it, and she's not going to be able to get to it. Not sure if they would have gotten her in time anyway. Looked like a little miscommunication there between Boyd and Seifert of who was going to get it here, Tim.
Yeah, sometimes you're in the same space at the same time, and you don't know which one's going to get it, and then you reach down for it, and the ball kind of just slides away from you a little bit, and that seemed to be what happened there for the Spartans.
First pitch swinging there is Biondi. We'll see how they game changers rule it for both Neshannock and for Laurel. Laurel gives a reach on error. What are you thinking there, Tim? That's a tough one.
I would give that a base hit. I really,
I think I would have too.
I think it's a tough play under the circumstances with the way the field is and just the way that ball kind of rolled out.
Squaring and pulling back is Giordano.
I thought it was a really good bunt, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I thought she laid it down perfectly. I mean, you wanted to lay it down, close to the line, and she was able to do that, keep it fair, and really put the pressure on the third baseman or the pitcher to make the play.
Well, one team ruled it error, one team ruled it hit, as you would probably expect in that scenario right there. So we'll break the tie and we'll give the infield hit to Biondi as well. We'll favor the offensive team. How about that? 1-2 now the count, though, to Giordano. Mentioned she's going to Slippery Rock and couldn't decide, checked the swing, and she'll be called out on strikes. Second strikeout of the game, second out of the inning. By the way, Tom Schaefer, our home plate umpire, and John Frank, former Wilmington coach out there coaching the bases. Squaring and pulling back was Nativio, and Biondi, man, short backstop here.
I was just going to say that short backstop actually is such an advantage if the ball gets by the catcher because it could bounce right back to her, and that's exactly what happened there, and prevented even a chance to really make the advancement.
Swing and a miss, even the count at 1-1, and tell you what, Donnie Nogan, I think, just heard us because he kind of turns like, still got to take the chance there. Force the throw, force a perfect play, and you know what? I have no problem with that either.
I have no problem being aggressive.
Again, 32 swiped bags. This team knows how to run. This one popped up on the right side of the infield. Riley Balcom, the second baseman, hovering under it, makes the catch for the third out of the inning. An infield hit, but another runner stranded on the bags. Back in a moment on the Lawrence County SportsNet.
Firefly Solar is a proud sponsor of LC SportsNet. From our regional business partnership to our community benefits agreement with local schools, Firefly Solar is dedicated to being an outstanding neighbor and beacon of economic support for the Lawrence County community. Let's create a stronger energy infrastructure while preserving the agricultural beauty of Lawrence County. Visit fireflysolarpa.com for more info about the Firefly Solar project. Firefly Solar, creating a brighter future in Lawrence County.
Castle Asphalt and Construction is driven to provide quality, cost-efficient pavement-related services to Western Pennsylvania. Every paving or construction service at Castle Asphalt begins with a thorough site inspection of the area to allow their team of professionals to become familiar with the unique conditions of your home or business. Once the site inspection is complete, Castle Asphalt provides you with a detailed plan of the design, cost, materials, and time of completion, so you know exactly what to expect during your construction. Visit castleasphalt.com to request a quote for your next project and make your dream design come to fruition.
Here we go in the bottom of the second inning. Balcom, Seifert, and Pancher, the 5, 6, 7 hitters for the Spartans, due up. Spartans with a 6-3 overall record, 4-1 in Section play. Neshannock undefeated, 7-0 overall, 5-0 in Section 1. We'll take a look at the full standings here in a moment. Should take a look at the back of number 1, our center fielder Jaden Noge. We didn't tell her where the our center field cam was going to be, and she of course shifted right in front of us. Why not?
Why not?
Fry delivers, and first pitch swinging was Balcom. It's back to the screen for strike one. Balcom, a 400 hitter on the season. Laurel as a team hitting .291 on the year. Both teams coming in to the game. 6 long balls on the season. Neshannock now with 7 with Fry's solo shot in the first. This one hopper right at the first baseman, Abigail Measle, for the first out of the inning.
Yeah, just right down the line. It's perfect position. Just made the play and tagged it back.
Tim, we love talking about multi-sport athletes that you see on the field. Here's one of the new ones that you're not going to hear a lot. Hayden Seifert has already won a gold medal this year. In what? She was on the Neshannock hockey team.
Oh, that's right. That's right. You mentioned that earlier. I forgot all about
and
that. Yeah.
She goes and rips one against her club team. How about that?
Yeah.
As the PIHL Division II hockey is
yes.
They
had a great season there.
She's also part of the JV championship team. But there it is right there. First pitch swing, Tim.
Exactly.
First pitch swing.
That's what you want to do. You want to get out in front of the ball if you can and just serve it and see what can happen. That was right up the box. Nice base hit. Now an opportunity to see maybe if they can get something going. See if they put the runner in motion one of these opportunities when it crosses the plate here.
First pitch swinging, ground ball towards short, going to be flipped to second for 1, and that's going to be it. The fielder's choice will retire. Seifert at second base. Ivy Pancher, real quick, Tim, talk about a crazy week she's had. So she was a leadoff batter when these two teams played on Tuesday. She moved down to the 6-7 hole for the doubleheader against New Brighton. All she did was hit in the doubleheader they played. Hit 3 home runs, 10 total RBIs. I think
she found a new home in the lineup.
You know, I don't mind that. Get down in the order, and obviously these teams know each other. That you know you can't hide your power hitter in the 7 spot, and that type of thing. But at the same time, it's a psychological thing, maybe of just maybe to see a few more fastballs on that first pitch.
Well, that's the thing. Sometimes you just need just a different look. And as season progresses, they can always make adjustments on the lineup, and that's just good coaching, taking advantage of opportunities.
Runner goes here and slide down head first, and she's got the hand in there.
Nice
for the stolen base. How about that? Ivy Pancher getting in motion. That's her 4th swiped bag of the season.
And that's what they need to do. They got to be aggressive. They're only trailing by 1. Get her closer to scoring position. If you get one in the gap, should be able to score it. Get maybe a seeing eye ball, you might be able to turn third and head home. We'll have to wait and see how it all turns up.
1-1 swing and a miss count now. 1-2 to Macy Miller. You talked about adjustments to the lineup. Here's one. Was not in the starting lineup on Tuesday. She's batting 8th, playing left field. One of 5 sophomores in this starting lineup, and now faces a 1-2 count here from Fry. Upstairs, good hold there on the rise ball. Count even at 2-2.
That's what you want to do, though. You want to get off the base there and try to get these fielders in motion, maybe trying to cover the bag. Might open up a little hole.
2-2 foul back to the screen. Count remains 2-2.
So I like the aggressiveness that we're seeing on the base paths here for the Spartans.
Yeah, get a player in scoring position who's got some speed. I don't think Fry could hear the count, as it is now a full count. Is that what misses upstairs? So the team's using the wrist coach to call out the pitches. I don't think Fry could hear it, so you had the catcher Parada actually give hand signals over ahead, 3-2-3 or whatever the number was.
You might as well, you got to make that communication. So
payoff pitch. Took something off of it and just barely getting a piece was Macy Miller, but this is, again, what they didn't do on Tuesday. In fact, Tim only threw 84 pitches in that perfect game. She's already, that was pitch number 25.
Yeah.
Payoff pitch again. Swung on and missed. Strikeout ends the inning, leaving a runner in scoring position. Neshannock 1, Laurel nothing through 2 innings on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
Does your blueprint not match the vision of your building project? Not with Creative Edge Architecture. From concept to creation, Jeff Measle will help tackle the complex problems, creating design solutions and construction experience. Creative Edge gives you the edge design and construction meet.
For more than 120 years, people have been relying upon Martindale Hubbell's AV preeminent rating to select their attorneys. If you're involved in a workers' compensation situation, you should do the same. LGKG has been AV rated for over 40 years.
Contractors, the Department of Healthy Homes needs you. From small to large residential projects, you can help families live safer and healthier with the quality work you do. It's rewarding in more ways than one. Call LCAP's Department of Healthy Homes today.
Two innings in the books here. Laurel trailing Neshannock by a score of 1-0. I'm James Dotson, and here's Tim Continenza. He's going to take us through the middle three, Tim.
Yeah, as board enters their third inning in the circle here. As we'll have Anderson leading off here. And it goes down low. Ball one here.
And one of the big issues I think we want to keep an eye on, Autumn Boyd has thrown well so far, but the first four batters she faced all were first pitch balls. She was good for the rest of that first time through the lineup. Now second time through and falls behind here to Miley Anderson.
That's going to be outside, and it's ball two. So it falls behind Anderson here. Miley grounded out our first time at bat. To the pitcher, and that is called for a strike, so we got 2 balls, 1 strike here in the third inning.
Yeah, good off-speed pitch on the outside corner. You love seeing that 2-0 off-speed pitch, kind of becoming the new norm.
There's a little nubber right back to the third baseman. We'll throw it across. Is it in time?
Yes.
Just in time.
Man, did that ball have a lot of English on it, too.
I was going to say it had some big topspin on it.
Look at this on our LCAP instant replay. I mean, just literally off the edge of the bat. I mean, that ball started right on the third base line and came in probably a good 4 or 5 feet. Now Nogue will step to the plate.
Nogue looks, and that's going to go up high on the, looked like a changeup there that started off.
Nogue hitting .500 on the year coming into today's game. Tim, all singles, no extra base hits for Jaden Nogue.
Hasn't got one into the gap yet. We know her speed.
Sure. Well, that's what I was going to say. A ground ball up the middle could easily be a.
There's a strike to even up the count at 1-1.
Her dad, Donnie Nogue, coaching third here for Neshannock. Head coach Jackie Lash coaches first.
That's up high. Makes it 2 balls, 1 strike.
It's nice talking to Coach Nogue here before the game, though. Said that he's going to get a chance to go out to Kent tomorrow to watch Erilyn playing for Bowling Green, and she'll be at YSU at some point in the next week. So a couple of close games for him to get to.
That's a great opportunity. There's another strike.
And he says, yes, I love my oldest daughter, Nalia, as well, but that's a 6-hour one-way versus a 6-hour round trip, so I haven't gotten up to Fordham quite as much.
Yeah, that's a little difficult. It's a little harder to plan. I'm sure they'll make it out there sooner or later, but.
And he said he's got out to a couple for each daughter so far this year, but also while coaching the youngest to.
Yeah.
Yeoman's work.
Exactly.
I'm only saying that because he's within earshot.
Here comes the pitch. And it's going to be outside, ball 4.
So the first free pass
takes her walk.
Yeah, first free pass for either team today. 13th of the year for Autumn Boyd in the circle. Addie Fry, just for comparison's sake, she's only walked 3 batters on the entire year. She's got the only run on the board, and she's at the plate again.
Yeah, she's got one up in the jet streams, and it's still circling the earth. As it throw down, back to the pitch, and it's strike 1.
Well, Alexis Brewer behind the dish is getting up like she's going to.
Yeah, I thought she was going to throw to first base there, try to catch the runner moving off.
I think she's getting ready to just throw like she's throwing to second every pitch because you got the speedy Jaden Nogue on first.
There's another one, drive down, but it's going to be fouled. She got out in front of that one just a little bit.
Yep.
Just left of the scoreboard, which is just left of the foul pole.
I'll tell you what, there's now a youth practice going on the field just beyond the left field fence, Tim, and somebody might want to warn them that we've already had one ball land basically right in the middle of their practice.
So here's the pitch.
Nice.
And that's going to be right over the middle. Strike 3 called. Addie Fry will take a seat today with a strikeout in her second at-bat. And I'll bring up Gabby Gwynn.
Yeah, with 2 down now. Beautiful pitch there because not that she was looking specifically for something, but was completely fooled and frozen. Never got the bat off the shoulder.
Here's the delivery. And there's the runner taking off. Does the ball get by the catcher?
And that's the instance right there, though, Tim, of maybe trying to be too quick behind the dish, anticipating a steal, because that was a ball that should have been caught, but because she was going too quickly, she got out of her stance too quickly.
Yeah, it's just she tried to make the transfer before she made the catch. And it was just rushed herself, and in the process, the ball got behind her. There's a ball 2. It's 2-0 on the count here.
Remember, coming up in between top and bottom of the inning, we'll have our May Lee Minute.
And that is going to be in for a strike. Makes it 2 balls, 1 strike. It's 2 outs here in the third. 1-0 lead for Neshannock.
From our angle, that might have been a little bit low, but I'll tell you what, he's been consistent as our umpire, Mr. Tom Schaefer. That's all you ask for.
There's one going to be on the inside, just off the plate. 3 balls, 1 strike. Runner at second base. That is Nogue.
Wind picks back up again.
Boyd makes her delivery. A little change up, and it's going to go down low. Gets the throw down to third base on the still attempt, goes into left field, and she will score on the air. So impressive play there by Nogue. Taking off from second base, making the steal, diving into third, and getting up and galloping home on the air throw.
Yeah, so a run without a hit in the inning. And, yeah, that's just because the throw ends up going into left field. And that's what we're talking about. Be aggressive, and you can literally, like there, steal a couple of runs.
Yeah, and got it, like you mentioned. Was a walk that put her on base. All right, we go to the bottom half of the inning. It's 1-1.
For 20 years, Melee Chiropractic has treated athletes of all ages to help them get safely back to the top of their game. Melee Chiropractic has 3 full-time doctors in their office, and all 3 are former area athletes who have had to battle injuries throughout their careers. They want to help you get safely back on your feet. But more importantly, help stop the injuries before they happen. Prehab before you rehab. Attention all high school student athletes. During your sports season, a $30 visit to the Melee Chiropractic office includes an adjustment and/or all therapy is necessary. From the athletes of tomorrow to the weekend warriors and everything in between. Let Melee Chiropractic keep you in the game.
And as we get ready here for the bottom of the third, and we got official scoring now, and it was a stolen base and an error on that scoring play there for Nogue.
So 1 run without a hit, an error, and nobody left on the base paths.
So we got Brewer, Lang, and Kroll coming up here. This due up.
So 9-1-2 here in the bottom of the third inning. We missed our Melee Minute. We'll get that here at the end of the third instead of in the middle of the third.
Here's a swing and a little topper. Gonna go foul. Makes it strike 1.
How about this for a stat, Tim? Through the first 9 batters, 8 first pitch strikes.
That's getting ahead of the batter. Here's Fry's delivery, and that's up high. I'll even up the count at 1-1.
Mentioned Brewer was the 7th place finisher at the state tournament. Man, what a battle through the consolation bracket she had there in the wrestling championships there at Giant Center.
Yeah, swing and a miss.
And Ashley, because of that, Tim, she is our LGKG Athlete of the Month for the month of March. So she will be getting her T-shirt here at the end of this game for that.
Yeah, what a performance there. You don't see that often, and especially when you have to. Here's a little flare out into center field. I'll fall for a second base hit of the game here for the Spartans.
Third, they got one every inning.
They got one, yeah. Excuse me, yeah.
How about that? And I'll tell you what, Alexis Brewer, she runs for herself. No courtesy runner. She's got 3 swiped bags on the year as well. We already saw Ivy Panchard try to steal a base. Will you see the same here? Will you see the top of the order maybe try to manufacture and sacrifice them over?
I think you will, just simply because that's such a big part of the game, the speed of it, and try to get into scoring position. You get a leadoff hit here, trailing 2-0. You got to be aggressive on the path. See if you can make something happen. Here comes Fry. She looks in, gets the sign, and she'll make her delivery. They try to lay down the bunt, and it almost caught there by the catcher on a foul tip. And it'll be strike one.
So Macy Lang hitting .214 in the leadoff spot on the year.
See if they square her up again here.
Up in the box, wouldn't surprise me.
She does, and the ball goes back to the screen, though, on the wild pitch. And I'll advance the runner without the bunt and leaving the count at 1 ball, 1 strike here. As Lori Brawl will move over to second base.
And guess what, Tim? Let's take a quick look. We got hit.
Oh, yeah?
Our camera's gone.
Oh, jeez. Well, hopefully we got audio.
No, we still have the strike zone cam going for now as Rob Nattell looks to fix it up back there. He's doing a yeoman's duty here today.
Yes. That's the only problem with the screen that close, huh?
I guess so, right.
Our cameras could be in jeopardy. That's all right. Here's the throw. No, fake throw down.
Count now 3-1, though. And
yeah. Runner at second.
About a little bit of adversity here.
So the lefty steps back into the plate. And here's Fry's delivery. She lays down the bunt. Fry will pick it up, throw it over. Runner will advance to third. So she gets the job done nicely on the sack bunt.
Yeah, interesting with a 3-1 count and already runner in scoring position, but that's how much they're determined to want to get a run on the board here, Tim. Sacrifice put out 1-4 for the first out of the inning, and hey, another wild pitch, another pass ball, or just something in the green is going to be enough to bring this first run home.
So now at the plate is Krull, and she is going to try to get a bunt down, and then it's going to roll foul on the third base side.
Yeah, that was a safety squeeze. Brewer was not off and running.
Yeah, Lexi right at the bag here at third base. So Lang steps back in with the count 0-1. High pitch gets back to the screen again, but again, a short screen, no advancement made.
And that's why, I was a little... When you have such a small backstop, you're probably not going to be able to score on a pass ball wild pitch.
That'd be very difficult. Yeah, it has to really kick away going up the first or third base line by the dugouts for that really to happen. And they get the bunt down. They're going to...
No play.
No play. Runner will move to first. Runner at third. Or second advances to third.
Yeah, Brewer was already at third, because she went sprinting down the line.
I thought I was going to say she held,
So because she went sprinting down the line, though, basically Measle had to make the look at the third, not to get the out at first. So I'm going to rule out a fielder's choice and reach a fielder's choice without an out. We'll see how the...
Yeah, I think that sounds like a fair decision there. Fielder's choice on that. They could give the base hit, but...
Hey, you know what? Both are giving the infield hit. I'm down for that. Because she was speeding down the line. I'm down for that.
So here comes Fry's delivery. Up high. Runner advances on the stolen base up to second base.
And it is a stolen base, not catcher's indifference, because the catcher did make a look down at the and a fake throw towards third base. So now you got two ducks on the pond.
Can't be really indifference, in my opinion, with only one out.
That's a good point, too.
And there's a ball outside. So 2 runners in scoring position here for the Spartans.
And a 2-0 count, a hitter's count for Addie Deal. Already 9 ribbies on the year for the St. Francis commit.
Digs in from the left-hand side. Looking to come through here for the Spartans. Here's the pitch, and it's fouled straight back. She had a good cut on that one. Just a little underneath it.
Yeah, just a split second late, and that's why. I mean, she times that up, and that one's also probably ending up out there on the practice field.
2 balls, 1 strike.
That's that
one out here in.
That one might have ended up on 108.
The third inning here. Fry looks in. Here comes her delivery. Going to hit the outside corner for the strike. That'll even it up at 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Big pitch here with 2-2.
And another foul back. And we'll do it again at 2 balls, 2 strikes.
But again, they're getting the job done with working on that pitch count, working good counts, and extending these at-bats.
Yeah.
Quality at-bats is one of our keys, Tim, and they've certainly shown it.
Here's the delivery. That's going to be up high, and I'll make it a full count here with 1 down.
And, you know, open base, do you say, hey, you be a little careful with the 3-hitter? Well, you got Autumn Boyd, who's a YSU commit, and she's hitting nearly 500 on the year in that on-deck circle.
And I think you got your ace on the mound. You just want her to throw her game. Another foul off, but you got to give a lot of credit here to the batter. Just hanging in there, fouling them off, staying in. And then we'll do that 3-2 again.
That deal who had the single to left, the first hit of the week for Laurel against Neshannock. Another payoff pitch coming.
Again, waiting for the 3-2 pitch. And it's going to be called strike on the outside corner. Strike 3, she'll go down looking as Addie Deal.
Yeah, huge pitch painting the outside corner there was Fry to get her 4th strikeout. And that's a huge one there because you can't move any runners, and now 2 down.
Yeah, and brings up Autumn Boyd.
And now you can be a little more careful if you want to with Boyd with an open base.
That's outside. They're actually going to be outside corner for a strike. So 2 down here in the bottom of the 3rd. Spartans trailing by 2. But runners at 2nd and 3rd. Fry delivers up high on the riser.
Yeah, each of those last 2 pitches before that rise ball, Tim, both cutting big time from left to right, away from a lefty and in on a righty, and just barely catching that zone.
Here's the pitch, a nice fly ball. This center fielder might fall down. Nope, the center fielder will be there to make the play as Nodeg makes the catch. We've played 3 innings here, and it's still 2-0 Lancers, but this is our
Melee Minute here,
Melee
Tim.
Minute, excuse me.
Let's try to get what we can, and let's put me on the clock because that's what we just love to do is to make me go
a little faster.
Yeah, here we go. So let's start with this Laurel team. They won. They're going here against Neshannock. Obviously, the records of 5-0 in section play for Neshannock, 4-1 for the Spartans. Mentioned Ivy Pancher. How about the 10 RBI day in the doubleheader victory against New Brighton? On the other side for Neshannock, Abigail Measles. She's got a no-hitter on the year as well, but she had a big performance in their 10-0 win. A 1-hit performance yesterday against the Riverside Panthers. Mohawk 6-1 on the season. Their only loss coming to Laurel. They have a huge matchup today, hosting Central Valley. We'll take a look at that one when we get a moment here, Tim, for the scores there. How about they got 8 players hitting over 400 for Mohawk. Elwood City, they have a huge win with their win against Central Valley. That's the only loss in the year for the Warriors. And they also have wins over Quaker Valley and Hopewell this week. We'll have that Mohawk-Elwood game rematch on Monday, we hope. We'll get back to you on that one. Shenango, 5 games in the last 4 days, all wins, including a 3-1 win over Riverside on Tuesday. Emma Herb, 3 doubles in that game. Newcastle got their first section win on Monday, 11-7. Wilmington, a 10-inning defeat on Monday. They came right back with a pair of wins, including a big one yesterday for Coach John Frank's old squad. 2-1 their win over Mercer on Wednesday. About a suicide squeeze, bringing in both runs in that game to win the game 2-1. And Union, a 9-1 record, and other than their 12-2 loss on Sunday to Neshannock, they've scored at least 15 runs in each game. And how about Ireland Fisher leading the county, the freshman, with 21 ribbies, including 2 home runs, one being a grand slam yesterday. There's your Melee Minute Plus, brought to you by Melee Chiropractic, keeping you in the games. We keep you informed with what's going on in the softball world across Lawrence County.
And here's the first pitch, and it's in for a strike.
And Tim, I got it all in.
You did. I'm impressed. Gabby Perrott at the plate. The catcher, she was 0 for 1 on the game. Here's the pitch. And there's a swing and foul straight back. Makes it no balls, 2 strikes here coming up.
Top of the 4th inning with a 2-0 Neshannock lead.
Autumn Boyd in the circle here for the Spartans, entering her 4th inning of play. That's going to be down low, and that'll be the first ball of this at-bat. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Yeah, beautiful pitch right there, though, working the bottom of the zone, just off the plate, trying to get on an 0-2 count, trying to get Parad to chase, but kudos to the senior, she did not.
Here's the pitch, and a little changeup down low. Will even up the count at 2-2.
Two of the top 3 ranked teams in the Trib Live rankings for Class 2A in the WPIAL.
And his little flare out to second base, and it'll be caught and brought down there by Riley Balcom.
Yeah, that was kind of interesting, and actually thinking back on it now, I think that might have been the right way to try to catch that. Another ball at the end of the bat that had a lot of side spin, and she almost kind of Willie Mays cradled it with her entire body.
Yeah, kind of, kind of like a punt.
Right.
You just want to make sure you have full grips of it. Use 2 hands and you can use your body, and that's kind of what she did there.
She did everything but call for the fair catch.
Yeah, she may have, but we might have missed it. Here's the pitch from Boyd. It's going to be down low. Now it's 2-0 here as it out to Measle.
Yeah, Measle hitting .556 on the year and 12 RBIs to lead the team on the season.
And that's going to be up high. 2 balls, no strikes. Or excuse me, 3 balls, no strikes now.
Yeah, she had one of the RBI against Laurel in Game 1. Let's see if she's going to fake bunt, take the whole way, and draw a 4-pitch walk.
Yeah. Get on base the easy way via the free pass.
I mean, when you're, it's impressive when you see players that are over 500. How about this? She's over 600 in the on-base percentage, as is Noge, as is Anderson, who's over 700.
And here's the bunt, beautiful, right down the first base line. Now advance the runner. Did they get the out? Yes.
Beautiful stretch at first base. Otherwise, I don't think they're getting the freshman Callie Biondi quick up the line.
Yeah,
great stretch and deal.
Biondi did a beautiful job getting that down, deadening the ball, and just putting it right down the first base line.
But here's the key, though, on that one, Tim, is the fact that you do have your first baseman, your lefty, getting back, who can be the one who's more apt to do that stretch, rather than Balcom having to come over, find the bag, and then stretch herself. That's why that ball ends up being an out and not an infield hit.
Yeah. So Allie at the plate, and here comes the pitch from Boyd. Ground ball to short, fielded, throw across, scored the 3rd out of the inning. And we've played now 3.5, and it's still 2-0 Neshannock.
For 20 years, Melee Chiropractic has...
Don't get left out to dry. Call the Penn Ohio Bottled Water Company for the fastest and most efficient bottled water delivery service in the area. Penn Ohio offers bottled water ranging from 16.9-ounce bottles to 5-gallon jugs, perfect for your next event or office water cooler system. Also, don't forget to ask about their custom labeling options. Visit PennOhioBottledWater.com for more information and to get a quote on their delivery services. Whether it's at home, in the office, or on the sidelines, Penn Ohio has you covered.
In workers' compensation, my clients are oftentimes not receiving their wage loss. They're not receiving their medical expenses. LGKG, they come to us so that we can put them in a position to pay their bills. If we're keeping our promises, our clients are getting the justice they deserve.
And welcome back. We'll get moved to the bottom of the 4th inning. As the Spartans come to the plate with Belcom, Seifert, and Pancher. Riley Balcom, she 0 for 1 for today. Here's the pitch, and swing and a miss on the fastball. Let her high there.
Yeah, she was behind on that pitch, was behind on her first at bat as well. Ground ball to the first baseman for first out of the inning.
This is another pop-up. This is out to right field, shallow right, making the catch out in right for Neshannock was Cat. Was it?
Nativio. And I'll tell you what,
Nativio,
Nativio knew that pitch was going outside. I mean, everybody's got the armbands. They know what pitches are coming at what time. She was moving towards the line right off the pitch, so she was in perfect position. She was practically on the right field foul line by the time that pitch was even hit.
So Hayden Seifert at the plate. And that's going to be down low, ball one.
Yeah, Laurel with 4 hits, Neshannock with 3, but it's a 2-0 advantage for the visiting Lancers.
In the third inning, the Spartans got 2 runners on, advancing to second and third, but could not get them all. There's a little flare again out to right field. This one is positioned perfectly by Nativio, and she'll record her second straight out.
Yeah, barely had to move out there, and I love how right off the bat she froze, maybe took even a lean back, felt that she was, figure out exactly where the ball was going to end up. Beautiful piece of footwork out there in the outfield.
And they'll bring up Ivy Pancher. And here's the pitch. And this is going to be out, and this will go to center field, but it's going to find the gap and get down, and there'll be a base hit here for Pancher. With 2 outs, so they get the runner aboard, and I'll bring up Macy Miller next. She struck out in her first at-bat.
Just because I'm sure Big Sister Nalia is watching, I got to say, come on, Jaden, you could have dove and caught that, and you would have been on SportsCenter like your big sister was. That was very similar to the diving catch that Nalia made out at Fordham a few weeks ago that got her on the top 10 plays.
Ah, fantastic. Did not know that. That's wonderful to hear.
Macy Miller hitting .412 on the season. Struck out in her first at bat, but that was an 8-pitch at bat, Tim. And again, seeing more pitches is only going to help you.
She digs in here with 2 outs. Throw down to second base. She should have this stolen, and does.
Again, trying to manufacture. Yeah. That's her second swiped bag of the day.
Got one earlier in the second inning.
Team high 5th now of the year. So we talked about Neshannock liking to get on the run as one of the keys to the game. How about Laurel with the pair of stolen bases now?
So runner in scoring position, and that pitch is up high. Makes it 2 balls, 1 strike. 2 down here in the bottom of the 4th.
Laurel trying to run down a dream here, and it would be a dream. It would be the first win against Neshannock in 4 years.
Swing and a miss. They'll even up the count at 2-2 here on Macy Miller. And Fry delivers, and another foul straight back. Staying alive is Miller. That's a nice swing just to get a piece of it, to get another opportunity here for the Spartans. Here's the delivery. Swing and a miss, strike 3 to end the inning.
And Tim, that's what it is right there, though. Addie Fry just finds a way when she needs to, when she gets into tough situations. Did in the last inning with 2 on base in scoring position. She gets the Ks when she needs them.
And with that, 2-0, we'll take a timeout. You're watching LC SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
Right now, someone very special needs your help. This is Jack Lynn, CEO of City Rescue Mission. No one is beyond God's love and care. One person's life can affect another. Though you may never meet this person, you can make a difference in his or her life. Hurting men and women in our community desperately need food, shelter, and physical and spiritual care. Some are struggling with abuse and addiction. They feel alone, unloved, and forgotten. Individual, caring people provide their hope. You can help change the lives of men, women, and children. Visit cityrescuemission.org and help us today.
When you're looking for quality concrete services, contact the experienced professionals at Doran Concrete. Our company is family, locally owned and operated, and has been serving the community for over 30 years. Get residential or commercial concrete services for any size job. Our skilled professionals offer prompt and reliable services at an affordable price. We believe in the principles of honesty, integrity, and reliability. Get in touch with us for exceptional concrete services at prices that you can afford.
Move to the top of the 5th inning. Neshannock leading by 2-0. They'll set up Cat Nativio, Miley Anderson, and Jaden Nogue this inning. That is their 9-1-2.
Take a look this inning at some of the games going on across the area.
That's outside, ball 1. As Nativio grounds ball to short, picked up there, fires across. As Lang makes a nice throw over to Deal for the out.
I'll tell you what, Tim, I hope young players watching there saw exactly what Macy Lang did at shortstop. Feet were moving the entire time, comes through the softball to receive it first and foremost. She doesn't do that. She sits back even a half second. You're not getting Kat Nativio at first.
So 1 down brings up Miley Anderson. Lefty swings and fouls it back.
Let's get your score update brought to you by the out-of-town scoreboard of the Newcastle Transit Authority. Laurel baseball won game 1 against Northgate 15-0. They're playing the second game just over on the other side of Spartan Stadium. Union also in a doubleheader, but they lost game 1 on the road against Leechburg 3-1. Game 2 just began in that one. Laurel, by the way, leading game 2 9-0. Is now count even at 1-1. Some other scores already in. Union softball 15-0. Surprise, surprise over Carlinton.
Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Anderson.
Elwood City baseball with a big 5-0 win over Quaker Valley. Mohawk softball. Talked about that big one today.
That's going to be up high. Ball 2. We'll even it up at 2-2.
Mohawks still undefeated in section play as they shut out 8-0 over Central Valley.
Wow.
Previously unbeaten going into the week. They lose 6-4 to Elwood City and then lose 8-0 today to the Warriors.
Here's the pitch. Down low. It'll string it out to 3 balls, 2 strikes. 1 down here in the 5th.
Yeah, that one did not miss by much. And you could tell just a little bit of an extra knee bend as Boyd wanted that one.
Here's Boyd's delivery, and she'll get the strikeout for the second out.
Her 5th of the game. Fry with 5 on the other side as well, Tim. And good job, too, by Brewer. I think that ball actually was foul, tipped into the glove.
And they'll bring up Nogue. Jade drew a walk in her last at-bat and stole a base and scored a run on the air.
That pitch, though, chased a first pitch down in the dirt.
So Boyd delivers the 0-1 pitch. A little foul ball, third base side out of play.
Count now 0-2. Other games going to go on here tonight. Neshannock baseball is going to be playing at Slippery Rock. That game should be just underway. It is, actually. And Newcastle in non-section baseball action, too.
Boyd's delivery's up high. I'll make it 1 ball, 2 strikes.
So I'll give a shout out again. That's your Newcastle Transit Authority wide drive when you can relax and ride. Your out-of-town scoreboard. Senior citizens ride free.
Here's the pitch, and that's going to be in front of the plate. Nice stop there by the catcher, doing a nice job there, making the
Brewer has been a stalwart behind the dish, Tim. Three years as a starting catcher here for this team.
So 2-2 pitch. And that is going to hit the outside corner for strike 3 looking. And 1-2-3 goes the Lancers here as Boyd puts them down. We played 4.5 with the Lancers leading 2-0.
When the high school season...
I love what I do because coming in every day is different.
How can you not enjoy these kids coming up and hugging you and giving you these great smiles all throughout the day?
You guys ready? Seeing the progress that our kids make every single day is one of the reasons I love coming to school.
What should we do? We have fun.
LCAP Early Learning Centers is hiring. Help empower young minds in Lawrence County and become a superhero today. Apply at lcap.org.
For more than 120 years, people have relied on Martindale-Hubbell's preeminent rating to select their attorneys. If you've been involved in an automobile accident, you should do the same. At LGKG, we have been preeminently rated for over 40 years.
As we move to the bottom of the 5th inning here.
Real quick, as we look ahead to next week, we mentioned that Mohawk-Elwood City softball game. Hoping to get that one on the air Monday, and then hoping to be at Kirkwood Field for Neshannock baseball on Tuesday. All kind of up in the air right now with weather and many other variables. We're also hoping we can do for the 3rd straight year the Tri-County Track and Field Championships on Saturday. But again, a lot of variables going on that we're going to have to deal with. Stay tuned. We'll get all those updates coming your way. Facebook, Twitter. Just keep an eye on everything for us as we try to keep you going here. Soon we'll find out, but we may not know until morning of on a lot of these days. That's spring weather for you.
That first pitch was a strike 1 here to Lexi Burrow. And she'll swing and make it strike 2 on the foul back.
15 first pitch strikes, 3 first pitch balls through the first 2 times through the order for Addie Fry.
And Burrow singled the last time at the plate. Here's the pitch and another foul back behind the screen. And of course, we mentioned it earlier that Brewer was the LCAP Player of the Month here this past month for the actually for Neshannock, I should say, huh?
Oh no, yeah, she was for Laurel Wrestling, but
but
really Hayden Seifert was another one of our potential nominations because of what she did on the ice for Neshannock.
Yeah. The wrestling.
Is it kind of appropriate though? Those two have 2 of the 5 hits on the day. Though?
Exactly, only makes sense. So here's the delivery.
Macy Lang, her 3rd time to the plate, sacrificed in her last at bat.
Here's Fry, and his ground ball just wide of 3rd base, but nice space on that one.
Yeah, so they're making contact, Tim, but they're making good swings at the ball, but they're still maybe a split second behind. And talking about these coaches before the game, it's tough because this section has some powerhouses, but then, let's face it, they also have a couple of bottom dwellers, too.
And a swing and a miss. I'll make it 1 ball, 2 strikes here.
I mean, Shenango and Riverside are solid programs, that they're good mid-tier programs right now in this section, but
another foul ball down 3rd base side. Gonna keep the coaching staff on their toes.
But Freedom, Aliquippa, New Brighton, they have 1 win in section and 3 wins total between them all in the year. Freedom actually beat Aliquippa earlier in the week. I think the final score was 28-14.
Here's the pitch. And this is a little flare out. It's going to be fair ball and gets the base hit. So Lexi gets her 2nd base hit here tonight. Or excuse me, that was Lang.
So Lang's first, but it's now hits in every inning still, Tim. We're 6 hits in the game. And the little adjustment there. Little adjustment because first 2 were fouled on line. Just shorten them just a little bit, enough to get it inside the 3rd base line.
So, runner will move off first, but no throw down, and she'll return safely.
Yeah, Lexi Kroll hitting 300 on the year. She went and showed the bunt, wanted to see what the defense would do behind it.
Yeah, Lexi Kroll.
Make sure everybody's moving into the right locations.
Struck out in the 1st inning. Tries to lay down a bunt there, and fouls it back, and it's 1-1.
Yeah, Neshannock 5-0, Laurel 4-1. Shenango kind of sandwiched officially in the standings right now at 6-1 in section play. Again, 5 wins in the last 4 days for the Cats.
And that is going to be called strike 2.
And you could hear the audible groans from the Laurel bench. Thought that one was out of the zone, but Coach Dudley over here just said it right. Hey, let's go, hit the ball.
Swing and a miss. And she'll go down swinging there. Here's Kroll.
So Lexi Kroll down on strikes for the second time today, and that's the 7th K of the game for Fry. Now Addie Deal to the plate. She's 1 for 2 on the day. Leads the team in doubles. She'd love to find a gap shot here.
She's got a single in the first and then called out on strikes. And you go find the hole there to the right side. Throw down to third base. It is in time for the out. How about that? What a play.
That's a beautiful slide. I thought she was able to avoid the touch, but beautiful rotation by the umpires to try to get into the position to see it. I thought she may have been able to slide around it, Tim. We have a close view of it here right in front of us. But, I mean, a good job when she saw where the throw was coming to come inside, but just maybe have gotten her on the ponytail.
Yeah, and this one is a scenario where it's just the angle the umpire has coming up from home base to make that call, and that's a difficult call. I mean, because you can't quite see it. Our angle is much more on right in front of third base. We can see it right in front of us, but it was a close bang-bang play, and, it's just the way it goes. But what a great throw. I mean, let's talk about that throw.
Let's talk about Kat Nativio throwing it in. Yeah, maybe slightly to her right, our left of where it was supposed to, or where she would want it to go. But, man, a beautiful play.
Right on target.
Mainly Chiropractic Play of the Game nomination. Let me ask you this, Tim, as we're just going to keep it right here as we get ready for our 6th inning. That's one of the cardinal rules, so you don't want to make the last out at third base.
Yeah,
I love the aggressiveness.
I think you have to be aggressive, especially, because you mentioned how these two teams just played each other and what transpired in the perfect game prior. You want to take advantage of every opportunity you're on the base, and you want to see that aggressiveness. It was a close play. I mean, it was bang-bang, and really you can call it either way. And if it was called safe, I think we would be saying what a great challenge to make. To challenge the Nativio to make that throw. But give Nativio credit. She made a great throw. They made the play at third base. They got the out.
And with that, Tim, we're going to kick you out.
Yeah, take over, my friend.
I'll step back in for the 6th and 7th. It's 3, 4, 5 hitters due up for Neshannock, looking for a little insurance. Fry, Quinn, and Parad with a 2-0 lead. Hey, by the way, it is PIAA Officials Appreciation Week, so shout out to Mr. Schaefer, Mr. Frank, and all of the officials across the state of Pennsylvania for all that they do. And as our great friend Lee Mo would say, if you think you can do better, log on to PIAA.org, click on Become an Official, and fill out a paper and see if you can pass the test.
Yeah, sounds just like an umpire.
Tim, I got to get working on that though too.
Yeah, you'll be teaching that soon. It's going to be an exciting time.
I'm really
next year, and it'll be a great opportunity for a lot of students, not just to learn how to officiate, but to actually be involved and get at the lower levels and have an opportunity to grow. And when they get the opportunity to get to the varsity level, they'll be experienced and young and have a great little career in front of them if they choose.
Yeah, I'll talk more about that in a second. Because I think it helps just everybody. 3-1 to count here to Fry. Good off-speed pitch there on the outside corner, and the count runs full. Addie Fry 2 for 3 with an RBI, a home run yesterday, a home run today, her 3rd of the year. Trying to help herself out here in the top of the 6th. And she hits this one off the fist towards right field, but going back, and making the catch just in front of the wall is Lexi Kroll. Playing deep and had to track it.
Well, you have to play deep against Fry, and that was a great positioning there by Kroll, making the out.
I mean, that one didn't even sound like she hit it. It almost sounded like it hit her hands, and it still almost made it all to the fence.
Yeah, got it out under that jet stream. It's going everywhere. When you get it up high, it's going to have a chance.
Now, Gabby Quinn to the plate. I love the fact that I can be doing this officiating class, though, Tim, because there's a lot of times that, after a game, we would call our friend Shazzy, we would call one of the other umpires or officials, depending on the sport, and be like, hey, was this properly done? Is this the right way to that it was
I seen
supposed to go?
Something. And can you tell me what the what's the stance on that and how does it work? And they usually have that answer for us pretty quickly.
A year ago, I wouldn't have known about the proper rotation there between base and plate umpire on that last play there, for example.
Right.
Count now 1-2 to Gabby Quinn, a .294 hitter on the year. And that was one thing that Coach Jackie Lash told me before the game, is that these 3, 4, 5 hitters need to pick it up just a little bit. I mean, I don't know if you can how crazy it is to hear that when you have Fry with 3 home runs hitting near 500, Parad in the 5-hole hitting 400, Quinn hitting just under 300. Definitely not the numbers that we're used from her, but she has 10 ribbies.
Yeah. Every coach always believes there's an extra base hit or an RBI in that lineup and that opportunity.
Ground ball off the glove of the third baseman, Seifert. A hot shot is going to allow Quinn to reach on the air.
That's why it's called the hot corner. There's no question about it. Had an opportunity to recover from that and just couldn't get the second grip on the ball. But I'm not sure she would have had her just because of the speed going down the line.
Yeah. And I'll tell you what, too, watching both her and Quinn, who hit that ball in warm-ups at third base, a couple of them kicking a couple stones out of the way. I saw a one hop that just came and almost bounced over Seifert's head during warm-ups. Third base is always tough, but especially in softball, how it bounces.
Yeah, I was going to say, and you're playing on a dirt field, which, natural field versus like you would have in Neshannock where you have the turf infield, where you get a more truer bounce. You can get more of a cleat bounce or, like you said, maybe a stone in there, and there's a deep hit.
Parad to deep center field, off the base of the wall. Rounding second, coming to third, and trapped underneath the fence is the center fielder, Ivy Pancher. She is literally, her leg is stuck underneath the fence. She had to flip it to Miller to throw it in. Unfortunate scenario, and she might be hurt out there in center field as well now, as they're going to have to tend to her, the entire team running out. It's going to go as an RBI triple, but we have now everybody.
She's stuck underneath, I think, is what you're right, and now she's just trying to get loose.
And you hope it's just that she's stuck and there's no more significant injury to her.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, Tim, I've been a part of that on both sides, both as the outfielder stuck and as the one next to her, the outfielder being stuck. And that is just, it looked like when she got to the fence, she slipped and got stung under. Now there are 2 or 3 parents on the outside, and now there are 2 more who are hustling over to try to help. And her leg is literally stuck underneath the fence. Oh, my goodness. But what a player you have in the center fielder, Ivy Pancher. She didn't go crazy. She threw it to a left fielder, Macy Miller, and got the ball back in and prevented it from being potentially any worse. Unbelievable.
They got her out. That's good. But, yeah, just an unfortunate scenario when you get that deep inside. You're trying to get Oh, that's fantastic.
Oh, that was beautiful right there, and I love it too. First person getting out there was the the base umpire, John Frank. He knew that something was still up. He sprinted as an umpire out there to make sure she was okay, and they're joking on the way in. She's Macy Miller said, "I saw you slamming on the ground." Well, like I was saying, Tim, I've been a part of that in both ways, and I still remember the one of, you're going and you're backing up like you're supposed to, and all of a sudden you hear your teammates saying, ball, and it's flying at your face. You got to be ready for it, because that's not what you're looking for. You're trying to help say, hey, you're going cut three, and next thing you know, the ball is coming into your face. So big credit to Macy Miller, too, to be ready to get the ball and relay it in a very unique relay.
Yeah, well, run score on that triple.
Yeah, in the end, it is another unearned run, but an RBI triple, the first triple of the year for this entire Neshannock team, and it came on a very fluky play. I mean, I think she would have scored anyway. By the way, we have a courtesy runner here at third base, by the way, in Aubrey Rigoni, our Castle Asphalt courtesy runner. We'll try to catch our breath after that fun exchange. Count now 0-2 to Abigail Measle. 0 for 1 with a walk on the day for Measle. And I lied. Measle was the only one who had a triple before this game. As she fouls this one back. A good thing I moved my car. That's exactly where it was.
Yeah.
Producer Rob Nattel's like,
I says, look at all these cars. Smart. They got behind, about another extra 100 feet just to make sure if something, gets popped up, it won't, be a windshield repair.
Strike 3 as she chases up high. It's not an unearned, it is an unearned run for sure.
Because it was an error ahead of time.
Quinn is the one who reached and scored on the error.
Right.
7th strikeout of the game. Yeah, if Measle my windshield there, she would have been paying for my crane room dinner tonight. So now with 2 down, first pitch swinging is Callie Biondi. she's bunted both of her at bats, an infield single and a sacrifice in her 2 plate appearances. She's got 3 ribbies on the year. 4th one would be a huge insurance run. Already 3-0 the advantage, matching the scoreline from Monday, and she does just that, Tim.
Yeah. Just inside out swing, right up the box, gets it into center field, and the run easily scores from third with the guest runner, and they extend their lead now to 4-0, scoring twice here in the 6th.
So yeah, that's Rigoni who gets the run as the Castle Asphalt courtesy runner. 2 for 2 day for Biondi. This one's fouled to the screen by Giordano. 278 hitter on the year. Now 4-0 Neshannock in the top of the 6th inning. Down the dirt, good block by Brua. I love it how every time she gets it, she is ready to fire, Tim.
Yeah, she gets up out of her stance easily. It's really just a fluid motion. I mean, it's really fun to watch her work behind the plate.
This one flared towards right field, and that's going to fall in. And hesitating at second was Biondi, but she's going to make it all the way to third, and the throw is going to allow then Giordano to advance to second. So, and that's where, again, you have the aggressive base running. You saw it last inning for Laurel not work out. Neshannock able to get it, and now 2 more runners in scoring position.
Yeah, great base running there, following up the throw to third, moving to second base.
How about this, though, Tim? Neshannock had 3 hits through the first 5 innings. That's their 3rd hit of this inning, and really the hardest hit ball was still probably the error that Quinn reached on. First pitch is swung on and missed by Nativio, and her 3rd at bat now. The RBI triple from Parad, the Ashland University commit, helping to blow this one open. The 0-1 squaring to bunt is Nativio, but it's fouled back to the screen, 0-2. Neshannock currently number 2 in the state rankings, only behind Everett, the defending state champions. You're defeating Neshannock in that semifinal a year ago. 0-2 pitch misses upstairs. That loss.
Mention how loaded this section is to begin with. There's just extreme amount of team talent here, and that's what makes the Whipple so much interesting each year. You never know, where the competition may lie, but when it shows, it is usually much deep in opportunity to see some great play.
Last 2 years, Laurel had 9 losses. 7 of them came to Neshannock.
Yeah.
Foul back to the screen. Count remains 2-2. Yeah, Neshannock now overall has won 8 straight matchups against Laurel. Last win for the Spartans, they won 2 back in 2021. That was also the last time the Spartans were WPIAL champions. Good hold on the swing there from Nativio, and the count runs full. That was the end of their three-peat with the 2020 year not existing. Champions in 2018, 2019, and 2021. But they've never made it to a state championship game. Payoff pitch. Fouled off the first base dugout. We'll do it again.
Yeah, nice cut. Just staying alive. Got a little piece of it. Give it another opportunity. Keep this big inning alive here for Neshannock.
Rob Nattell pointing out this is pitch number 100, our producer extraordinaire today. Pitch number 100 coming from Boyd. Swung on and missed to get her 8th strikeout, but damage done as 2 runs come across on 3 hits. A couple runners stranded on the bags. To the bottom of the 6th inning we go. Back in a moment. It's the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
At Medore Bonner Law, we're more than just attorneys. We're your community partners. With a combined experience that spans decades, attorneys Jason Medore, Michael Bonner, and Greg Rossitelli are your trusted advisors for all legal matters. From personal injury to estate planning, business law to family disputes, we are here to guide you through every step of the legal process. Our full-service, community-based approach ensures that you're not just a client, but a valued member of our family. Give us a call or visit us online at MedoreBonnerLaw.com for more information.
Works in Progress Painting wishes a successful and satisfying season to all the Lawrence County sports teams and athletes. Work hard and bring honor to your team, school, and family in how you play. Joe Wright and his family have been providing painting, window cleaning, and other property services for business and homeowners in the Lawrence County area for over 10 years. Their goal on every project is to provide a meaningful service that honors their customer, God, and their family, and to have fun while doing it. Works in Progress is now booking interior painting projects for both residential and commercial projects. Call Joe today at 724-714-4294 to discuss your next project.
4, 5, 6 hitters coming to the plate, and first pitch misses outside, ball 1 to Autumn Boyd. Boyd, Balcom, and Seifert. Real quick, I don't know the full official connection, but there is a connection between Autumn Boyd and Boyd Kurtz of Neshannock Senior on the baseball team. I believe they are cousins, and that Boyd was named in part because of the family name Boyd of Autumn Boyd's family. I don't know the official connection there, but I know there is one between Autumn Boyd and Boyd Kurtz of Neshannock.
That's interesting little factoid. There's a pop-up.
Right side of the infield, Giordano settling under it. She'll make the catch for the first out of the inning. Boyd coming in as the team's leading batter, hitting .455, but she is now 0 for 3 on the day. Again, though, she only had 2 at-bats, the cleanup hitter on Tuesday, so just the fact of getting that third at-bat today
is an achievement, exactly.
It's a minor victory. This one's roped down the first base line, but foul by Riley Balcom. Balcom, a sophomore. Again, just 3 seniors on this team and in the lineup. Deal, Boyd, and Brua. This one off the end of the bat. Good job by the pitcher, Fry, to get the glove down to corral it.
And she fielded her position really well. Got down low right after making that delivery. Picked it up and made a nice, easy toss over to first for the out.
But Tim, how often do you see on that the ball or that it goes off of the pitcher's glove, or they don't get the glove down quite quickly enough?
You gotta have that balance.
Like that.
You know, you're straight forward. You know, to use an analogy, walking through the door, but coming straight through, but your glove is not necessarily down low because you're making that big stride going into the home plate to make this. So it's really a great athletic move to be able to get down low and grab that ball after making that delivery.
I'll give a shout out to Bubba Fry. He's in attendance here watching Little Sis. Short drive from Slippery Rock for Andrew. I guess we got to give a shout out to Tweety Bird Katie Walzer out there. Yes, she confirms Boyd and Boyd are cousins.
There you go.
Boyd and Ms. Boyd, I guess, is the way to say that.
Yeah.
0-2 now the count to Seifert, coming in with a .277 average on the year. Leads the team in the category you don't want to lead in, though, Tim. Hit by pitch.
Yeah.
She's been hit. Well, she's used to it on the ice.
I was going to say, it's not a big deal.
Four times getting hit by a softball pitch means nothing to her, though a 1-2-3 inning as she is retired on strikes. First time that Laurel has not gotten a hit in an inning. 7th inning coming up when we return. 4-0 Neshannock here at lcsportsnet.com.
I think the key to any attorney-client relationship is trust. My father told me a long time ago, the definition of personal integrity, it's really simple. Do what you say you're going to do. At LGKG, we've been doing that for over 80 years.
No two companies create the same way. Toshiba empowers the art of business by uniquely enabling businesses to work with tools designed specifically for them. In a constantly evolving world, business communication must be agile, efficient, and fast. Toshiba is the company that helps you manage it all, from paper to digital to screen and back again. Toshiba, empowering the art of business.
Seventh inning coming your way here on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP. Take a look at your line score right there. Laurel actually leading in the hits category, Tim, 7-6, but they haven't been able to string them together.
Yeah, they've stranded their runners on base when they've had opportunities. They've had them with less than 2 outs and with 2 out type scenarios. And right now, they need to get a 1-2-3 to have a chance to cut into that big lead here by Neshannock. But here comes the Lancers trying to extend on.
It's the top of the order to do the honors as well. Miley Anderson, she led off the game yesterday with a home run against Riverside. First pitch swing and a miss.
Wind has died down here in the last hour.
It has, but it's also gotten cooler.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, the sun is setting behind the clouds a little bit more, and the overcast is set in a little bit deeper or darker, I should say.
Yeah.
But in the first inning, we had a good gust of wind, and
it came at the right time
for
Addie Fry.
I was going to say, I think it would have made it without it, but it just sent that ball an extra 30, 40 feet.
Yeah, so far that left fielder Macy Miller didn't even turn and move as it landed.
Yeah.
I mean, she was about 20 feet from the fence, and it easily landed another 40 feet behind her.
Yeah.
Neshannock led 1-0 at the end of the first inning, and they have just expanded upon that. An unearned, or a run without a hit, I should say, and it was unearned in the third, and then 2 unearned runs in the sixth. But a big strikeout to retire Anderson here to start the inning by Autumn Boyd, her 9th strikeout of the game.
Yeah, she's actually pitched a very well game here tonight. It's just scenarios that where the Lancers have taken advantage of opportunities on base, and some of the miscues that gave them the opportunity to add on.
Nogue fouls this one back to the screen. How nice is to have her back? So the first game between these two teams last year was here early in the year, a great battle. Played a couple of weeks later at Neshannock. In her first at bat in the top of the first inning, Autumn Boyd pulled something in her back, we believe. We never got an official notice of what it was, but she just wasn't the same that game and really the rest of the year throwing. And in fact, Grace Kissick became the more true number 1 over the course of that year. This is the Autumn Boyd we've seen for the last 3 years. This is what we expected to see. Nogue lays down the bunt, and a beauty right down the line, no chance.
Yeah, she brought it with her. She just laid it down and brought it right down the first base line. And as she was running down the line, there was the ball. She passes it up, and really no opportunity to make a play there. So a nice little swinging base hit there for Jada Node, and an opportunity now here for the Lancers with that speed on first base.
She's got 9 swiped bags on the year. Not taking off here in the first pitch. Ball 1 upstairs. Coach Nogue shouting out, but also giving the hand signals old-fashioned.
Yeah.
Call that old-fashioned, I guess, but I still can't get used to the wrist coach.
Yeah, that's different.
Tell you what, though, more baseball teams are starting to go to it now, too.
I understand. It is the standard.
How about this for the standard, Tim? It's not allowed in softball yet, but baseball this year, you are allowed to have pitcher or catcher communication with the dugout.
Yeah.
The catchers are allowed to have earpieces to get audio communication from the coaches. Going on this 2-0 pitch is Nogue head first slide. She's in there.
Yeah, she got a nice jump on that one. Picks up another stolen base. That's what the second or third one here tonight.
First for Neshannock, but 10th for her and third of the game.
She got one in the third.
Oh, she did. You're right. She did steal second. Excuse me.
Okay.
She stole from second to third. That's why I was looking at the wrong spot. 3-1 now the count to Fry. Mentioned she's already committed as the junior to Providence University. And how about this? She has given up just 2 runs on the entire season. And she drills another one. This one, Oppo Taco, is going to land
off the top of the wall there.
Yes. She and Nogue flip-flop spots. Hard shot to right center field. We saw it on her last at-bat. She took one to right field. This one off the wall and down. Her second extra base hit and another
RBI.
RBI. That's a Toshiba RBI. Give a shout-out to our friends at Toshiba. Make sure you give Dale a call. All of your printer resourcing and digital workflow needs. Visit business.toshiba.com. Click Find a Dealer near you. Gabby Quinn.
Yeah.
Perch pitch misses for ball 1. Quinn's been on twice, a single in the first, reached on an error and scored in the 6th. Now with a 1-1 count. Coming up after the game, we'll have our MVP Insurance MVP of the game. Ball gets away on the swing and a miss. Will allow your Castle Asphalt courtesy runner to advance here to third base. That is Alina Frengel.
So now a lot of different opportunities to get that run home from third base. Let's see how they do it.
Yeah, with only one out.
Exactly.
Anything in the air.
Anything on the ground should make it, an interesting play.
They do rule that a passed ball, by the way.
I think that's a correct call.
Yeah, I was a little blocked. I couldn't quite see at the plate.
Doesn't get by her too often there.
No.
But it's
now the 1-2 coming to Quinn. Upstairs. Evens the count at 2-2. And you've mentioned she has pitched. Autumn Boyd has a fantastic game, really. Now 8 hits, but 5 have come in the last 2 innings. 9 strikeouts on the day. Make it 10 as she gets Quinn to swing and miss.
Big strikeout there. She needed that out. That's the second strikeout of the inning.
And Coach Duddy kind of talked about it. I mean, Boyd is back. She is doing her thing.
Yeah.
She threw really well in a loss early in the year at Shaler, a 2-0 loss. I mean, you give up 2 runs, you expect to be in there with a good chance to win.
I mean, that's all you can ask is you keep your team in the ball game, give them an opportunity to get back, on the at the plate and to score some runs. If you get outpitched or in a sense, outperformed, there ain't much you can do. That's the nature of the game. You just want to put your team in the best position and opportunity. Even tonight, you see the 5 rounds on the scoreboard. That doesn't really tell the entire story of how well she's pitched here tonight.
Yeah, only 2 of those runs are earned. Swing and a miss there from Gabby Perrod. Count now 1-2. And Coach also wanted to make sure that we mentioned, Addie Deal threw a great game in a 3-1 loss against Deer Lakes. They're scheduling tough games early in the year to be able to be prepared for playoff time.
And that's what you need to do. There's a nice bat. Just stick it out there and make contact to get another opportunity. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And then they faced Mohawk. Gave Mohawk their only loss of the year, but the difference was in that 6th, 7th inning, they got a couple of hits, strung them together, came from behind to win that game 6-3. Those string them together just haven't quite been there consistently enough yet, but the season is still young. This one's fouled back to the screen, but here's the stat of the night for you. Ready for this one? Lee would call this your factoid. This is Coach Duddy's 9th year coaching, 8th season. Laurel has never lost more than 5 games in a season under Coach Duddy.
That's getting it done. That's getting performance out of your team.
Ground ball right back to Boyd. Throw across the Deal for the 1-3 putout. Last chance coming. Neshannock scores 1 at the top of the 7th. Laurel needs 5 to extend the game. Bottom of the 7th when we return on the Lawrence County SportsNet.
That was awesome.
Looking for a unique way to expand your business? Advertise on the Lawrence County SportsNet and be seen by thousands of viewers in the area and around the country on over 100 broadcasts each year. Visit lcsportsnet.com and click Advertise with LCSN.
GEM building contractors and developers have a proven record of performance on any size project. They bring value, local craftsmanship, expert management to meet any challenge. From design construction, from inspection to budget estimation, GEM Builder has been building our community for 70 years.
We'll have our GEM Builders scoring summary coming up during our Tri-County Principals post-game show, but still working here. Final chance for the Laurel Spartans. They have 7, 8, 9 hitters due up. Pancher, Miller, and Brua. Coming back to the game, we'll also announce our Melee Chiropractic play of the game. I'm going to shout this out right now that this is a nomination without much question for me. Ivy Pancher, just for getting caught underneath the fence and the wherewithal to stay with it, flip a ball to a teammate, knowing that she couldn't throw it in herself. Big shout out to her. That was one of the more heads-up plays that I've seen in my time covering high school sports.
Truly was. I mean, you got to be, shocked and probably in some pain of being caught and be able to complete the play. It was very impressive. Heads-up play.
This one fisted in the air towards first base, caught there by Measle for the first out of the inning. Macy Miller now to the plate, 0 for 2, both at bats, resulting in strikeouts. 2 of the 7 strikeouts thrown by Fry. Good off-speed pitch there for strike 1.
Yeah, I had Miller out in front on that one. Just pulling the strings on that pitch.
Fry has thrown 2 perfect games.
And that's the key about pitching. A lot of people think about, how fast you throw it and just, working it in and out and up high. But it is changing speeds that really keeps a hitter off balance.
If you can change speeds, you're going to be good. If you can change locations, you're going to be good. If you can change both, with consistency,
you're going to upper level.
Yeah,
there's no question about it.
That was strikeout number 8, half of what she had on Tuesday. But now Laurel down to their final out, and Lexi Brewer coming to the plate. Swings and misses at the first offering there from Fry. Upstairs evens account at 1-1.
So this will be her second straight shutout, correct? Or
She has in now 6 games, if this finishes out, 5 shutouts.
That's what I thought. Okay.
This one, though, drilled to deep center field.
That might take everything off
the
board.
It does. The first section run allowed all year on Lexi Brewer's first home run of the season. Not going anywhere yet.
Yeah.
And you can blame Tim Continenza.
Really can.
It's not over till it's over, and Lexi Brewer sent that one to dead center field, Tim.
Well, she's had a terrific game behind the plate and at the plate here for the Spartans. I mean, she had a base hit earlier in the game, got stranded at third. This time she was able not to be stranded at all, doing all the work herself, putting it right over the center field wall for that solo home run.
Mentioned her first home run of the season out of the 9-hole too, Tim. Unfortunately, might be a little too late for this Spartan team, but like to see a little bit of life. That's why you got to play the game. You can't kneel on the football. You can't play keep away and on the basketball court. You got to play until you get those 21 outs. So now Macy Lang trying to extend this game further, a 2-0 count.
Only way to extend the game is base runners.
That one called strike on the outside corner. Yeah, you can't score 4 runs on one swing of the bat.
No.
But now you've done your job, though. You get it over to the top of the order, try to get a couple more on. Anything's possible. This one's hit over our head down the third base line and out of play.
Down by the concession stands.
Where you going? Make the catch. Come on. One of the fans ran away from the ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Swung on and missed on the off-speed pitch. 9th strikeout of the game. Ends this one. Neshannock remains undefeated, 8-0 on the year, 6-0 in section play, a 5-0 victory.
No, 5-1.
5-1, thank you. 5-1 victory over the Spartans. We'll come back. We'll get you our scoring recap and our post-game awards when we return on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
Tired of gasoline costs? Why drive? Let the Newcastle Transit Authority take you where you want to go. Serving the city of Newcastle and stops throughout Lawrence County, as well as weekday service to Pittsburgh. Public transportation just makes sense. Why drive when you can relax and ride? For more information or for route schedules, log on to newcastletransit.org. The Newcastle Transit Authority, going your way. And remember, senior citizens ride free.
Congratulations to our March LCAP Team of the Month. The Lawrence County SportsNet is proud to honor Neshannock Hockey as the March LCAP Team of the Month after winning their third PIAL championship in the last 4 years. Congratulations to Coach Mark Volteri and the Neshannock Hockey Team, your March LCAP Team of the Month. Lawrence County SportsNet is proud to honor Giovanni Valentine of Neshannock Hockey as the March LGKG Male Athlete of the Month after leading the Lancers to a PIHL championship. LC SportsNet is also proud to honor Alexis Brewer of Laurel Wrestling as the March LGKG Red Zone Female Athlete of the Month for her journey through the consolation bracket to a PIAA 7th place finish. Congratulations and best of luck to Neshannock's Gio Valentine and Laurel's Alexis Brewer, the LGKG Athletes of the Month, presented by the Red Zone.
When the high school season heats up, make sure you have the best gear to support your school. Head to the Red Zone on Wilmington Road in Neshannock for all your county sporting apparel needs. From sporting goods to custom apparel to embroidery and more, the Red Zone has it all. Quality gear for all 8 schools in the County of Champions. Stop by and enter the Red Zone or visit them online at theredzonesports.com. Score big at the Red Zone.
For 20 years, Melee Chiropractic has treated athletes of all ages to help them get safely back to the top of their game. Melee Chiropractic has 3 full-time doctors in their office, and all 3 are former area athletes who have had to battle injuries throughout their careers. They want to help you get safely back on your feet. But more importantly, help stop the injuries before they happen. Prehab before you rehab. Attention all high school student athletes. During your sports season, a $30 visit to the Melee Chiropractic office includes an adjustment and/or all therapy is necessary. From the athletes of tomorrow to the weekend warriors and everything in between. Let Melee Chiropractic keep you in the game. Tri-County Principals post-game show here in the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP. Final score today, 5-1 Neshannock over Laurel with Tim Continenza alongside. I'm James Dotson. Neshannock, second win over the Spartans here in the week. I mean, it's tough enough to, have to play against this Neshannock team twice in your section throughout the course of the year. But, hats off to Laurel after getting a perfect game thrown against them on Tuesday. They came out swinging, a hit in 6 out of the 7 innings. They just couldn't string them together, and that's kind of been the name of the game, unfortunately, for opponents of Neshannock over the last 3 years.
And it was a good effort here by Laurel here tonight. We've seen Boyd on the mound really giving her best effort, and just couldn't quite prevent all the runs from scoring. And in the same vein, you're just playing a juggernaut here in the Lancers, and they're just doing so many things right in so many ways. I mean, led, of course, by Fry, not just in the circle, but also at the plate. And then you add in the speed and the agility of this team defensively. It's really impressive what they can do, James. You look at what Nogay brings to the baselines, and some of the others who got on board and did a great job. And you just got to really tip your hat to the way this team is playing ball right now.
Yeah, absolutely, and on both sides, both these teams are playing well. Laurel, I think Coach Doe will be the first to say they want some more hits thrown together. I'm sure Coach Lash and Coach Inoue on this side are going to be saying the exact same thing too, because
it's so hard to get base hits in softball.
My goodness!
I mean, really, if you can get 7 to 10 in any situation, you really feel like you've done a good job. I mean, we're talking about teams that got 6 or 7, but look at the pitching they're going against. It's not like they're facing one of the lower echelon pitching staffs. Those 2 pitchers we've seen tonight are 2 of the best pitchers you're going to see at this level in the Whipple this year.
And I'll tell you what, if you had each team throw their number 2s, really their 1Bs, you would have had a very similar style of game
scenario,
too. I mean, I think both Abigail Measle and Addie Deal, and even Riley Balcom, who's thrown a few innings for Laurel this year, I think any one of them could be starting on just about any other team right now in this section. And again, Shenango and Riverside have been playing very well. Shenango played against Neshannock right with them for 6 innings before a few unearned runs in the 7th in that game. But how difficult is it, when unfortunately, Freedom, Aliquippa, and New Brighton have struggled very consistently over the last few years, unfortunately for all them. You're going against, almost slow pitch at times to then having to go and face against an Autumn Boyd or an Addie Fry. Like, oh my goodness, on back-to-back days,
You really
too.
got to be patient at the plate and make adjustments. That's the hardest thing, like you just said. Looking at the different speed and the agility and ability of these different pitchers that come in. But, a lot of credit. They were able to reach Boyd a couple times and, put pressure on the Spartans defense by getting on base and creating some opportunities, and they were able to score a couple runs early. Of course, you had the Fry with a big home run to lead off the game in the first inning that really set the tone, and they were playing catch-up ever since, and it wasn't necessarily a bad scenario. It was just a tough scenario, I think, here for the Spartans.
Real quick, your Gem scoring recap in the top of the first inning. Addie Fry, a 2-out solo home run, a blast and then some, about 50 feet over the fence in left field, made it 1-0 Neshannock. Laurel, again, getting runners on base each and every inning throughout the course of the game other than the 6th. In the 3rd inning, Neshannock extends their run. A 1-out walk drawn by Nogue, advanced the second on pass ball, stole 3rd, and on the errant throw, able to get home the unearned run, making it 2-0. In the bottom of the 3rd inning, Brua with a leadoff single, sacrificed to second base. Lexi Kroll, an infield single. You had 2 runners in scoring position with 1 out, but a strikeout and a flyout ended the threat. Let's fast forward now to the bottom of the 5th inning. Still a 2-0 Neshannock lead. A 1-out single from Macy Lang, and then after a strikeout, Addie Deal singles to right field, trying to go first to third. It was Macy Lang. A beautiful throw from Kat Nativio to end the inning on the base paths, score remaining still 2-0. Keep that play in mind, Tim. Hint, hint, wink, wink. In the top of the 6th inning, Neshannock blew it open. 3 runs in the inning. Gabby Quinn reaches on an error. Gabby Parad hits a triple to deep center field, where unfortunately Ivy Pancher got her leg stuck underneath the fence. That's able to get the ball in to her teammate in the outfield, so it didn't end up being a full inside the Parker for Gabby Parad. Her RBI triple, her courtesy runner Rigoni then scored on a RBI single from Callie Biondi to make it 4-0 through 6 innings, and then 1 more in the 7th. A bunt single from Jaden Nogue. She stole second and scored on a double to right field by Addie Fry, making the score 5-0. Lexi Brua, a 2-out solo home run in the bottom of the 7th inning, the only run on the board for Laurel here today, making the score 5-1, but a strikeout ending it, the 9th of the game for Addie Fry. She gets the win, 1 run on 8 hits, 9 strikeouts, and no walks, Tim. Only 3 walks issued on the year for Addie Fry. Autumn Boyd, she takes the unfortunate loss. 5 runs, only 2 were earned, 10 strikeouts and 2 walks in her 7 innings of work. She gave up 8 hits in the game. We need to take one last break. We'll come back and we'll have our post-game awards when we return on Lawrence County SportsNet here, powered by LCAP.
Tired of gasoline costs? Why drive? Let the Newcastle Transit Authority take you where you want to go. Serving the city of Newcastle and stops throughout Lawrence County, as well as weekday service to Pittsburgh. Public transportation just makes sense. Why drive when you can relax and ride? For more information or for route schedules, log on to newcastletransit.org. The Newcastle Transit Authority, going your way. And remember, senior citizens ride free.
Castle Asphalt and Construction is driven to provide quality, cost-efficient pavement-related services to Western Pennsylvania. Every paving or construction service at Castle Asphalt begins with a thorough site inspection of the area to allow their team of professionals to become familiar with the unique conditions of your home or business. Once the site inspection is complete, Castle Asphalt provides you with a detailed plan of the design, cost, materials, and time of completion, so you know exactly what to expect during your construction. Visit castleasphalt.com to request a quote for your next project and make your dream design come to fruition.
For 20 years, Melee Chiropractic has treated athletes of all ages to help them get safely back to the top of their game. Maley Chiropractic has 3 full-time doctors in their office, and all 3 are former area athletes who have had to battle injuries throughout their careers. They want to help you get safely back on your feet. But more importantly, help stop the injuries before they happen. Prehab before you rehab. Attention all high school student athletes. During your sports season, a $30 visit to the Maley Chiropractic office includes an adjustment and/or all therapy is necessary. From the athletes of tomorrow to the weekend warriors and everything in between. Let Maley Chiropractic keep you in the game.
For more than 120 years, people have relied on Martindale-Hubbell's preeminent rating to select their attorneys. If you've been involved in an automobile accident, you should do the same. At LGKG, we have been preeminently rated for over 40 years.
Our Tri-County Postgame Principals Show. Tri-County Principals Postgame Show, here we go, continues. And before we announce our postgame awards, we're going to bring Coach Jackie Lash over to talk to us real quick. Coach, heck of a week. Just talk about the craziness of the weather throughout the whole year and then squeezing these games somehow, some way in this week.
Yeah, I think you just got to have faith that you're eventually going to get to play.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's a terrible thing whenever you do start playing back-to-back. So, I think we have an advantage there, too, when we do play back-to-back because, we have 3 pitchers. We have a deep bench. So, I'm not too worried whenever we do have cancellation after cancellation, and then all of a sudden we're playing, 5 games in 4 days.
Well, and that's why I think you guys in Laurel have been so quality. But talk about your pitching staff. I mean, that's only the 3rd run that's been allowed all year. Just talk about what Addie and Abby have done over these last 3 years pitching together.
Yeah, they're a great combination. They both bring something different, and they're both working on different pitches. So it's like. I know what I'm going to call for Abigail, and I know she's going to hit those pitches. Addie, the same thing. And, Addie's kind of added some more tricks, I'd say, to her toolbox this year. And, she's been really working hard. So both of the girls combined, I feel pretty comfortable no matter who we're playing.
So, unfortunately, we couldn't come to the Tuesday game like we were originally scheduled to do. And, of course, we were excited because we had a walk-off game. Like, all right, we made the right choice. And then we see the box score and hear the results. And so talk us through, first off, when did you realize what might have been going on in that game on Tuesday?
First I'll say that Addie was, I'm going to say she was the best I've ever seen her pitch in the 3 years that I've had her on this team. And so it was just, she was bringing it. She was hitting every spot, everything that was called, man, that pitch was going there. And, she really kept their batters off balance. I would say we weren't super aggressive. Hitting wise, and I think we had a little bit of a slow start, but hey, we were ready. We were able to string together those 3 runs.
And that's all I was going to. We talked about it a lot. The stringing together of hits has been the difference in both of your games this week. I know you'd still want to see a little bit more on the swinging aspect, but talk about your team's ability to manufacture runs when you need to.
Yeah, so kind of what you're saying there, just stringing the hits together, and you hate to see runners left on base, and we did leave some runners stranded, but. You do have to just capitalize on innings when you can, and when you get the right person up to bat, like Callie Biondi, for example, tonight. What great bunch she put down. I would say most people might have not expected that. Young player, not super experienced, but man, she just got in there. She's a competitor, and she was able to just help us out, move runners up. Just really, I think the girls, they get more fired up when they see certain girls are getting on base. So then it's like, man, I got to do my job too. So, we just got to be consistent and just, not leave as many runners on. But overall, we're very pleased. The girls did a great job.
Let me ask you one final question, Coach, and let you get on the bus and get out of here. How fun is it when you guys are playing, when all the girls know each other, and they're joking with each other, you with the opposing coaches, and then you're playing so many times because of being in section rivals and being playing in the playoffs. Just how much fun are you guys really having out there?
It's real fun. Frank Duddy, I consider him one of my closest friends in the softball world. I probably wouldn't even be involved if it wasn't for him, because many years ago he got my youngest daughter involved in travel ball. So, there's a great connection there. Just a great connection with everybody on both coaching staffs. The girls, a lot of them did play at Silver Creek together on the same team, before they started getting a little older and then going their separate ways. So, just that pregame meeting when you're standing there with the umpires, it's like, boy, everybody knows each other. Everybody has had fun
Coach
together.
Frank.
The parents all know each other. And, while you you just really want to take them down and you want to beat them. I mean, I love watching Autumn and Addie Deal play. They're some of my favorite players to watch. So it's like, you have a love for the other kids, but, I remember years ago when I was an assistant coach under Coach Kimmel, he would always say, hey, camaraderie kills. You can't be friends with everybody. And I'm like, I know that, but, you just really, you love to see two great teams just not just great because they're good ball players, but they're great kids. So you just love to see that competition between the two teams.
Well, hope you guys have better weather consistently throughout the rest of the year, and you can go have fun with that, and we'll be seeing you down the road.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks
you,
Coach.
for being here.
Absolutely.
Right,
Congratulations.
bye-bye. Thanks.
That's Coach Jackie Lash getting hustled to the bus. Oh, Coach Kenny Locke, look at that. Oh, the Laurie Heights of the baseball and softball field. I love it. Mr. Kroll, the former principal and athletic director here.
Some
kielbasa, some sauerkraut I saw earlier. Big shout out to him and the Coach Locke. They got us set up here nicely. Had everything figured out, getting power to our station here. We were very tentative about doing a game outside. It always is scary to do it here in April, but they assured us that we'd have everything good to go, and even if it was a last minute, I need this, let's do it, we got it. They're the reason that we were able to make this happen today. So big shout out to the entire staff here at Laurel and Coach Duddy and Coach Lasher helping us out as well, because hey, we work. It's tough to get here quickly, get set up, and they gave us all the lineups and stuff ahead of time, made it a lot easier for us. So huge shout out again to everybody involved. 5-1 your final score. We got two last pieces of business to take care of, though, Tim Continenza. Let's start dissect that play of the game in the bottom of the fifth inning that shut down a potential Laurel rally.
Yeah, just a little flare out to right field, and it fell in as the runner then tried to advance from first to third, and Nativio made a nice play. Kat got down low, got the ball, and threw a strike to third base. And it was a bang-bang play and made the tag on the shoulder as she was sliding in and recorded the out. And it was really a turning point of the game here for Neshannock defensively, because it really kept that shutout at the time of in play and prevented an opportunity for the Spartans to get back in the game. I think at the time they only trailed 2-0 when that occurred, so it was a big play. So our Maley Chiropractic Play of the Game Award is proud to present the Play of the Game Award to Kat Nativio of Neshannock. Maley Chiropractic and Lawrence County SportsNet is proud to honor Kat tonight with today's Play of the Game, and she'll receive a customized t-shirt courtesy of the Red Zone in recognition of tonight's Play of the Game. Video of tonight's Play of the Game may also be featured on the Triple Live High School Sports Network standout platform on Twitter, formerly known as X. Actually, that's reversed, but you know what I'm saying. And it is Instagram. And to view tonight's Maley Chiropractic Play of the Game and a full list, go online to lcsportsnet.com and click on Play of the Game. Congratulations again to Kat Nativio for tonight's Maley Chiropractic Play of the Game. Let Maley Chiropractic keep you in the game.
And as for your MVP Insurance MVP of the game, it's the MVP of the week overall. But just today, Addie Fry, a home run, a double, 2 RBI, 9 strikeouts in the circle. Oh, yeah, she threw a perfect game earlier in the week as well. I mean, that's the other thing, too. I meant to ask Coach Lash about it. We talked about it before the game. I said, how's Addie doing, knowing the situation? We talked about how do you respond as a Laurel player. How do you respond if you're the pitcher who throws a perfect game and then plays the same team 3 days later? And Coach Lash said, you know what? I don't know. We don't talk about that sort of thing. It says, hey, what pitchers are working? And that just, I think, is the mindset of a competitor right there.
Yeah, it is. And like I mentioned earlier, you kind of have players today, and this is really a wonderful thing. They have a short memory. They just really game to game and move on. Yeah, I'm sure she's thrilled about what she achieved, and she should be.
Yeah.
And it'll be a memory that'll last a lifetime to talk about. However, she had a game today to deal with, and I think in the end, that's what was catching her her attention today. And she did a great job in the circle. I mean, she went 6 2/3 innings without giving up a run, and then it was Brua connecting in the 9th inning for that deep one over center field. But it was an impressive outing on the circle and at the plate here for Addie Fry.
For sure. So there's your MVP of the game. It's proud of MVP Insurance MVP of the game going to Addie Fry. She just received her customized T-shirt courtesy of the Red Zone in recognition of being tonight's MVP of the game. You can view the full list of this year's game MVPs by going online, lcsportsnet.com, and click on MVP of the game. Congratulations again to Addie Fry, your MVP Insurance MVP of the game. Call MVP for the win. That'll about wrap it up. Big shout out to Rob Nattell, our producer, cameraman.
Phenomenal job once again.
Ran about 3 miles going back and forth, making sure all the cameras are all good. Again, thanks to Mr. Kroll and Coach Locke for everything that they've done for us here today. Coach Duddy, Coach Lash. Stay tuned next week. Again, we're hoping games on Monday and Tuesday and the Tri-County meet on Saturday. All that is to be determined officially, but that is the game plan. We're hoping we can make it happen. Stay tuned on the Lawrence County SportsNet on X, formerly known as Twitter.
Yes.
We got that. We got it here. I had to think about that too long now.
I know, I've been saying it so many times this year that I got it wrong.
Unreal. But yeah, stay tuned on all social media platforms, and we'll have all that information coming your way. Thanks to Trib Live High School Sports Network as well for carrying our games throughout the course of this year as well. One final time, your final score: Neshannock 5 and Laurel 1. Stay tuned. More great action coming your way. It's the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP. Have a great night, everyone. Your voice for Lawrence County sports.
The gold ball headed home to Newcastle.
This is the Lawrence County SportsNet.